Is that you know something I don't?
If this continues, we'll be caught red-handed. Step aside.
What are you doing?
Mr. Li, this is the love tree. It said the love tree can't be touched recklessly. If you anger the love deity, you'll never find your destined one.
Nonsense.
Forgive us, love deity. Forgive us, please.
My lady, you're so devout. Could it be you're praying for a match with me?
Mr. Li, since you're here, why not make a wish for a match?
I don't need it.
Come on, you're here. Just make one wish. Write down your birth details. I'll throw it up.
No need. My birth details are on the marriage contract. If she sees it, I won't be able to hide my identity as her husband.
Mr. Li, the love tree is very effective. Maybe, if you write a wish today, you might marry your wife tomorrow. Try it. Come on, give it a try.
I'll write it myself. Mr. Luo, take a good look. These are my birth details.
Mr. Li, what beautiful writing! It said, the higher the wish is hung, the sooner your destined one will appear. Here you go. Mr. Li.
I'll do it with you. 1, 2. It seems she has never taken the wedding seriously. She doesn't even know my name.
Mr. Li, I've confirmed the information on the blank sect. Here's the name list. Madam isn't just part of the blank sect. She's their leader.
Well, she is quite capable.
Mr. Li, since we've noticed the flaw, why not arrest them all at once?
Without solid evidence, I don't want to alert them. Just have someone keep an eye on them.
I thought the just and impartial Mr. Li had fallen for her and was showing her mercy.
I've been investigating cases for years. I can usually read people easily, but I can never figure out her thoughts. I need more time to understand what she really wants. Please assign her some tasks. so she doesn't get suspicious.
Yes. What should I assign? What can I assign? What dare I assign, Mr. Li? Don't set me up like this, please.
Stop whining. If you don't handle this well, you can forget about aiming for my position.
Mr. Li!
Mr. Zhao, this tough task you mentioned is just this? Eating, drinking, playing, and having fun?
These are Mr. Li's daily necessities. As a newcomer, if you don't try it out for him, how will you know if he's satisfied? And if they fit or suit him? Bring these pastries to him. He must be hungry by now.
Yes. The Ministry of Justice is so leisurely. No wonder they can't solve the case. Well, Mr. Li isn't up to it. There's such a cute kitten here. What's its name?
It wandered into here a few days ago. It hasn't got a name yet. But, since it's been freeloading off me, without revealing its true intentions, just call it Little Liar.
How could you name it that? Mr. Li, with such clumsy words, you'll never win a girl's heart.
I already have a wife. I don't need to win anyone else's heart.
You have a wife? What kind of person is she?
My wife is bold, courageous, and clever. I love and cherish her with all my heart and all my soul.
放在心头爱着。
You are truly a perfect couple.
Mr. Luo, do you have someone you fancy?
My family arranged a marriage for me, but I ran away. I've struggled to survive in the martial world since I was young. It wasn't easy. I couldn't make my own decisions. But I'll decide who I want to marry in the future. He must love me, trust me, and stand by me, no matter what I choose.
He will.
就让流萤吹碎我的执念，到你眼眉，任由残余昼夜翻涌，视线轮回。踏入烟火。
Honey, I'll find out the truth for you, so you can live more freely.
Mr. Li, why did you bring me here so early?
To find evidence. The killer used a hallucinogenic poison. Maybe Park Day had something on him. Don't you also believe the real killer is someone else? Come with me and see if there are any clues.
Mr. Li, you believe me?
Of course. I'm not wrong about people.
The scene is quite clean. No traces left behind.
It's just quite clean. I found it.
What is it? Astragalus.
But this is white astragalus. Park Day was a well-known herbalist. He wouldn't confuse white astragalus with astragalus. So the only explanation is...
Someone came to this room. He was looking for something.
Exactly.
If the bride was the killer, she would have just fled after the murder. But the real killer? He... Mr. Li, what's wrong? Mr. Li, what are you...
Shh.
doing?
Be quiet.
This knife.
Oh,
An old friend left it for peeling fruit. Mr. Luo, if not for your slap, it would have gone straight into his chest.
Your Highness, I've been ambushing the courier hostel for days. Nothing unusual was detected, but Mr. Li is investigating again today. I'm afraid it could cause unexpected changes.
Mr. Li? Since he's investigating, let's give him a hand.
How did His Highness know about the masked bride? And order the destruction of blank sect within 3 days?
Is it possible? Someone leaked the information?
Unlikely. It's more like he knew all along.
How about we confront Madam directly?
It's my knife. Yet he claims it's for peeling fruit from an old friend. Could he be hinting at something? I'd like to see what he's up to. Seal the city gates tomorrow. Arrest the key members of Blank Sect. Wait. It's going too smoothly.
An old friend left it for peeling fruit. We haven't caught her. Are you pleased with that? Is that you know something that I don't? Since it's been freeloading off me. Without revealing its true intentions. Just call it Little Liar. Blank Sect scams people through marriage. They do anything to get what they want. This time, I'm taking them down in one swoop.
Something's off.
Mr. Luo? It's the middle of the night. You're leaving the city?
Mr. Zhao patrolling so late? You work hard. Mr. Li asked me to fetch some items outside the city.
Shopping? I didn't hear Mr. Li mention that.
It was his order. I wouldn't dare disobey. How about you let me through? I'll be back as soon as I can.
If there's nothing in there, then why not open it? It really is empty.
Too smooth. Something's off. Minnie, Lead our sisters out through the East Drum Tower. Let's split up. Go! Satisfied now, Mr. Zhao? Can I leave now?
You're the leader of Blank Sect. How could you abandon your men and fleeing alone?
Mr. Li, what leader of Blank Sect? I don't even know this, miss.
If you don't know her, I'll execute her on the spot. You won't object, will you? You've finally shown your hand. Still won't admit it?
Mr. Li, today, either you let us go, or let's all die.
Still won't admit it?
Mr. Li, today, either you let us go, or let's all die.
Are you sure you can hurt me?
Bastard! Boss!
Don't move.
Don't move. I mean, don't get hurt.
Spread the word. The suspect in the murder of the merchant, the masked bride, has been captured. She'll reveal the true culprit.
Yes.
Honey, I'm sorry.
Boss!
Take her away.
Yes, let's go.
The masked bride will reveal the real killer? You mean she wasn't unconscious that day? She saw me?
That's what Mr. Li said.
Better to kill by mistake than to let one escape.
Yes.
Mr. Li. Bastard! Boss, you're awake. Minnie? Let me take a look. Are you hurt? Did the bastard Mr. Li torture you? What about the other sisters? Don't worry, boss. I've distracted the soldiers. They should be out of the city by now. As for Mr. Li, he didn't torture me. In fact, look. He even served us with good food and drink? What the hell does he want? First, he sets us up and captures us. Then announces it to the world, and now he's treating us like guests. Is he crazy? Who knows? Maybe he has other plans? I think he's a good person. This isn't imprisonment. It's more like a vacation. Listen, don't be swayed by these small favors. He is just a sly and devious official.
What?
Mr. Li, should we tell Madam our plan? So she won't misunderstand you.
No rush. Tonight, all will be revealed. Take this to her. She likes sweets. By the way, it's windy at night. Bring a few more blankets.
You two are so troublesome.
You don't know shit.
Time to eat.
Boss, I didn't expect it to go so smoothly. I still feel something's off. Don't worry. They have no evidence right now, so they can't do anything but keep us here. Who are you?
The one to kill you.
You did take the bait after all. Who sent you? Why did you kill Park Day? Confess.
The Prince South is here.
Your Highness?
Mr. Li, it's been a while. How have you been?
Greetings, Your Highness.
Mr. Li, I heard you've captured the Blank Sect member. I'm here to oversee the case.
Your Highness, there are still many unresolved issues.
What issues? They're just bandits and assassins. Mr. Li, it's a small matter. You can't handle it?
It seems His Highness came prepared.
She is the assassin, right?
Your Highness.
Not what? She's not the killer? Or not from Blank Sect? Who can testify for her? Mr. Li, you'd better think it over before you speak. Guards! Arrest her!
Your Highness. She's my wife. I can testify for her. On the night of the crime, she was in our bridal chamber.
His wife? Mr. Li is my husband?
The masked bride pretended to marry the merchant and took the opportunity to kill and rob him. Do you confess?
No, we don't.
Mrs. Li, considering you're the minister's daughter and Mr. Li's wife, if you hand over the criminal, I can ensure your safety.
Your Highness, Minnie is innocent. I'll take the blame if Blank Sect is guilty. I won't sacrifice her. Boss.
You're so brave. Mr. Li, if your wife insists on doing this, today, I'll punish the Blank Sect for their marriage scam.
Your Highness. Let me handle the trial. Minnie is in charge of operations, orphaned at a young age, and pursued by enemies. Lan is in charge of communications. Sold to a big family at 15, and suffered long-term abuse. Wu is in charge of intelligence gathering, sold to a brothel as a child. She once...
Mr. Li. That's enough.
Luo Wan Wan lost her father at a young age and was displaced from her home. To make a living, she established Blank Sect and take in orphaned girls with tragic backgrounds. After realizing her identity, she was forced to become a tool for marriage alliances. What she has done is unjustifiable by law, but understandable on an emotional level. My lady, please forgive me for not revealing myself earlier. Before, you had no one to rely on. So you had to fight with all your might to protect yourself and them. But now it's different.
The person I marry in the future must love me, trust me, and stand by me, no matter what I choose.
He will.
今却成为最陌生那个。
In the future, no matter how heavy the burden, or no matter how bad the trouble, and face it together with you.